bring them on in. Amazing work here today. Welcome through to the finish line.
Welcome back, riders. I was so excited to see so many Ride to Conquer Cancer and ambassador jerseys on our roads today, not to mention the yellow survivor flags. I wasn't sure how today was going to turn out, but now that I see all of the photos, hundreds, maybe even thousands of photos
Absolutely.
of riders, I am invigorated. Our ride community is resilient and determined, and this is further evidence of that. How inspiring, eh, Steve?
Really inspiring. And you know what, folks? I'm just going to go off the script for just a quick second here because, you know, as per Camp Ceremonies in Hamilton, we do a little freestyle. We have a little fun. I'm going to say we've already had just a half of steam whistles so far. But you know what? We want to make sure that everybody remembers the feeling and the excitement and the energy of Camp Ceremonies at the ride in Hamilton. And so we're going to try to have some of that in our closing ceremonies. We're not going to be as scripted as we were this morning. So on that note, I'm going to get back onto my notes, but I just wanted to be full disclosure to all the riders out there who we love. And thank you so much for riding today. I am inspired. I'm grateful.
Yeah,
social media was absolutely lit up today. We could barely keep up with all the amazing posts. Not sure if there has ever been a Strava takeover quite like today.
Yeah.
So thank you, riders, for spreading our message far and wide. We hope you all enjoyed your day and have safely arrived at your destination and perhaps are already celebrating with a drink.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Steve. You know, we were talking about all these photos. Maybe we should take a little sneak peek at just some of them, some of the highlights from today.
Great idea. Sneak peek. Let's see a teaser of what happened today. Roll the tape.
Well, good morning. I'm coming to you for the first time from the Princess Margaret. That's the Princess Margaret right behind me. It's the first time I've ever had the chance to start my ride from the Princess Margaret. And I want everyone to know I'm riding for anyone who's lost someone, anyone who knows someone who's fought through cancer and made it. Riding for those who can't.
The big reveal, go, go, go!
I do look like a Laura.
That was awesome.
That was incredible. There are so many great photos, and we have so many more to share later on today.
My favorite so far is Jordan's Lorax mustache.
The orange mustache, and we got to see Jordan from Livewire today at one of the pit stops at Steam Whistle, right?
That's right. It was pretty awesome. You know, before we go on with more of these awesome photos, we would be remiss not to mention our incredible sponsors, for without them, none of this would be possible. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Enbridge, our national title sponsor. and RBC, who is currently in lead for fundraising, I must say. They are our ambassador program sponsor. So many of you said you loved your ambassador jerseys. Thank you, RBC. KPMG is our national business solutions partner and a proud sponsor of this legendary ball cap. And then we have Carpenters Union, who powers the Hammer route. And for all of you hammerheads that did your 100 miles today, you're gonna come with one of these bad boys. Not bad. Oh, I think we might be around that time where we're going to announce.
Well, you know, for those of you who might have been on CP24 this morning, I gave a little sneak peek at to where we were trending with our number. And I'm going to tell you before we go on that about 2 months ago, we weren't sure where we were going to end up in fundraising.
Yeah.
Like we were trending at about $5 million, which frankly was not enough.
Yeah.
We were hoping for more, but at the time we were like, man, virtual ride, are people getting it? But in the last few weeks in particular, it's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
The amount of engagement that our riders and the fundraisers and the donors have been showing. And so I think at this point in time, we would like to, what do we want to do? We want to
hear from Pete?
Pete Heimler. So Tammy, you mentioned that KPMG is our National Business Solutions partner. Mm-hmm. And of course, they're auditors and they verify the numbers. And so we would be remiss if we didn't bring in someone from KPMG to talk about the numbers. So Pete Heimler, the team captain of Team KPMG, I think he's like 11-year rider right now. He's got his platinum helmet. He's probably tuning in right now, drinking a couple of steam whistles. So Pete, let's get you on the tape. Let's see what you have to say.
Greetings, everyone. What a great day to be doing the virtual ride for the Ride to Conquer Cancer in support of Princess Margaret. You know, it's we got to have special kudos for everyone at Princess Margaret for putting together this amazing event under such strange circumstances that we've been living under. But fear not, we are here to conquer cancer. We're very proud of KPMG to be the breakaway partners for the ride. We've been doing it for over a decade now. And I got to tell you, it's just amazing to be part of this community of medical researchers, of the entire team at the foundation, and all the people that make it come together for wonderful research and treatment at Princess Margaret. The other thing that's totally amazing is we're part of the extended community, which includes you, the riders, the donors, the supporters, the volunteers. It's a wonderful, wonderful extended community that we've built here through Princess Margaret. So with our continued hard work, all the hard work we're going to do today for the virtual ride and for the years to come, we will conquer cancer in our lifetime. Thanks to everyone that's participating today. We really appreciate your work. In keeping with tradition, we're very proud to present the envelope, which has the results of this year's fundraising efforts from the likes of all of you. So from KPMG, from the bottom of our hearts, we present this year's tally.
Wow, Pete, thank you for handing me over the envelope. Tammy, should we open this up and see how much money we raised together?
Let's do it. But wait.
What?
We can't do this without our president and CEO, Michael Burns.
Michael Burns?
Can you guys patch in Mike? Hey!
Michael Burns, how are you?
Tammy and Steve, how are you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. How was your day today? I heard you were riding up in Orangeville.
It was awesome. We had a great day. We were in the Orangeville and Caledon area. Lots of hills, which are always challenging, especially with the wind, but the weather held up. The spirit was amazing. It was great to see so many other riders that were participating in that area. And I would be remiss if I didn't take an opportunity and give a big shout out to Team Mary in honor of my late mother. It was just an amazing group of people and a big special thanks to my cousin Greg Firth for recruiting such an outstanding team today.
Oh, that's so good to hear. I'm so glad to hear that.
Thanks, Mike. You know, I know that you've probably been up in Orangeville playing golf more often than bike riding. So, you know what? When you signed on as president and CEO, it was other duties as required. And you walk, you ride, you play golf, you play hockey, you do it all. And we appreciate that. And,
yeah.
And we've got the envelope here in front of us. Pete from KPMG gave us the envelope with the official announcement. And as Tammy and I were talking earlier, we were trending at about $5 million up until about 3 weeks ago. And we were nervous. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to raise the kind of money that we need, right, to keep the research engine going at Princess Margaret. But we've had this amazing surge in the past few weeks, as you know. And then today in particular, we've had an incredible outpouring of phone calls and people going online and donating. So we've got the number. We want to share it with you. You ready?
Okay, I'm
Okay.
ready.
I am.
Okay, Tammy, I'm going to let you read the official number.
Okay, I have to say our goal was $6 million, and I am ecstatic to report that we've raised $7 million.
Amazing. $7 million, Mike.
Woo!
Yeah.
Listen, I got to tell you, I know that there's a lot of people that obviously participated today, a lot of hard work, not just from the riders, but all those that they reached out to ask for their support. And to think that we were able to exceed our target by $1 million in the middle of a global pandemic, I think speaks volumes and underscores that those who have been touched by cancer, whether directly or indirectly, that we know that despite COVID, cancer is not slowing down, and it's support like this that continues to help support so many of our scientists, researchers, and clinicians to push the boundaries of science. And I can tell you that this ride, I think when we look back, years from now, is going to be one that we're never going to forget. And as Steve, as you have said, it's not where we ride, it's why we ride. And I, on behalf of a very, very grateful foundation this year, thanks to all those who participated. This is simply outstanding.
Thanks, Mike. We really appreciate you coming on today. I'm sure you're going to have maybe a nice warm bath right now after your big ride.
Yeah. I might have a steam whistle or two.
Right on. Well, we'll toast to you, Mike. We'll see you back at the office on Monday. But thank you so much for everything you do to lead the foundation and being a part of the Proud Marys team. I know your mother is probably smiling down right now at everything you've done.
Well, thank you, and I think I say it on behalf of all of those that participated, the volunteers, the crews, our corporate sponsors. Steve, you and Tammy and your entire team are first rate, and the success of this is a direct result of not only your hard work, but your passion for the cause. So thank you so much.
All right, appreciate that.
Thank you,
Right
Michael.
on. Thanks, Mike.
That was awesome. Oh my gosh, you know what? This is incredible, and as if raising $7 million wasn't enough, I heard today that the ride was trending on Twitter. Way to go.
Well, and I called it. I said, let's do it, and we were trending. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. We did it. We let Canada know that we are a united force and that we will conquer cancer in our lifetime. Congratulations to every single one of you. Next, I'd like to introduce Anne LeGreely. Anne is a 13-year supporter of Princess Margaret and the Ride to Conquer Cancer. Anne's team, Richie's Riders, was inspired by her beautiful son, Richard LeGreely. And we're going to hear from her now.
My name is Anne LeGreely, and I am a member of the Richie's Riders team. I am honored to be among those who want to extend their sincere thanks to all of you who participated in the 2020 Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer, those who rode and those who supported the teams and individuals. While the ride was a little different this year, the fundamental goal and the passionate commitment to find a cure for cancer continues to grow. Our little team was named Richie's Riders to remember my son, Richard. The team is comprised of individuals, this year 5 of them, some of whom have participated for 13 years, the team captain and my husband, David, some 10 years, and others who have been riding for the past 2. Like all of you, they have put a significant amount of effort into getting ready for this year's ride. For our team, this ride is so very important and always will be. Almost exactly 2 years ago, our beautiful son, at the age of 26, was diagnosed with a very rare form of bile duct cancer, cholangiocarcinoma. Despite incredible care from everyone at PMH, he died 11 weeks after his diagnosis. However, he is always with us. As a family, we have continued to keep in touch with the outstanding group of physicians, and we are working with them to raise money to support the much-needed research to find a cure for this cruel cancer. Unfortunately, recently, our nephew was diagnosed with a form of brain cancer and astrocytoma, and yet again, the PMH team is providing superlative care to Adam and his family. He is only 30. While no one should have to deal with a diagnosis of cancer, it is so hard to witness young, vigorous adults like Richard and Adam having to cope with this disease. We knew from the minute that Richard received his diagnosis that he was without question in the best organization possible to provide the care he required. We often hear that PMH is one of the top 5 cancer centers in the world, and there is no doubt in our minds that that is indeed the case. The physicians, nurses, pharmacists, all the health professionals, volunteers, and researchers work tirelessly to find a cure. And now, despite so many other health issues affecting the world, they need our support more than ever. Thank you so very much for participating in this ride. We simply cannot give up.
Thank you, Anne. You know what? Richie's Riders exemplifies the why of the Ride to Conquer Cancer. There's so many whys out there, and I'm just going to, I think I have to acknowledge my very dear friend Julianne Mitz. Some of you may know that back in June, I did a ride from Toronto to Niagara Falls in one day, and I had the privilege and honor to ride the last 5 kilometers with my with the Mitz family and some of the Steve Cycle Pass, and I got to ride right beside Joe and Julianne and Bernadette and Emily and the family. And Julianne was one of our opening ceremony speakers for the past 2 years, and she inspired so many. Unfortunately, Julianne had a very tough battle, and she lost her very inspiring battle to cancer last month, and it hit me hard, and it is a constant reminder as to why we ride and why we do what we do. And Anne shared her stories, and you know what? It's there are many stories like that, but you know what? There are also many stories of people making it through. In fact, there are more and more stories, and we have, you know, the data, the Princess Margaret data scientists, you know, they tell me now that for all the breast cancers now, it's like 87% chance of survival. Prostate cancer, testicular cancer are in the 90% survival rate. So for some of the cancers, we are making amazing progress on, but there's so many cancers that we still need to do more work. That's why we need to keep riding.
Yes.
We need to keep riding and riding far and long and hard. And, you know, we talk about it's not the where, it's the why, but, you know, while we are on the topic of where, and I talked to you earlier about how we did a total Strava takeover today, I wanted to highlight some of the incredible rides posted to Strava.
Okay.
Because this demonstrates the commitment of our ridership in the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer. So the longest ride so far, I know there's still people out there riding right now, but Cooper, sorry Cooper if I can't pronounce your last name, Cooper Oroz rode over 200 kilometers, took him 9 hours. He left super early this morning. Way to go, Cooper.
Amazing. I would like to give a shout out to Shannon Nixon. Shannon and her boyfriend have ridden 128 kilometers from Burlington to Niagara-on-the-Lake. Way to go. Hopefully you're drinking a glass of wine right now, Shannon.
Way to go, Shannon. Cheryl Iozo from the team Plungerheads. You know, for those who are experienced Ride to Conquer Cancer riders, and you see the team with the plungers on their heads, well, Cheryl was the team captain of that team for many years. She rode over 100 kilometers today. Way to go, Cheryl. Props to Leanne and Megan, who work with us at the foundation. 111 kilometers today from Burlington to Niagara Falls.
And we also have, there's many riders from the foundation. Our foundation supports all of our events. And I do want to give a shout out to Alyssa, who also rode today from Toronto to Port Credit. So hats off to her. And Scott Peterson, I know that this one was for your mom today, Scott, and congratulations on riding 37 kilometers around the GTA today.
June Thomas, one of our longtime supporters, 103 kilometers from the Schwa to Port Hope and back. Way to go, June.
Nice.
I have to, Kelly, Susan, Salma on the team Geared for Life, which I'm a part of, rode over 100 kilometers today. Way to go, Kelly, Susan, Salma, and I know so many other Geared for Lifers were out there riding today and representing.
And one of my favorite people these days is Mr. Gordon Shields from Deloitte Green Dots. You rode 100 kilometers today. And wait, before I go any further, I'm sorry. Speaking of Green Dots, I have another friend on the Green Dots, and I think it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Adrian.
Adrian Boris, way to go. And the last ride I just wanted to highlight, all the way from Bogota, Colombia, representing Team Scotiabank, riding over 108 kilometers in the mountains.
Amazing.
Andreas Cardenas. So Andreas, I hope you're watching from Bogota right now. But great ride. You probably had the most altitude of all the riders today. So
no doubt.
Amazing day. And for those just tuning in now, again, we raised over $7 million.
It's
great
amazing.
day.
Yeah. Thank you. You know, I mentioned that I've made some really great friends through the ride and going through the past few months. And one friend I'd like to mention is Thor Richardson. Thor is a multi-year rider. Thor is team captain of Team Casamigos, and he's also one of our honorary vice chairs of the ride this year. He has recorded a short message that he'd asked me to share with everyone.
Hello. My name is Thor Richardson. I'm one of the honorary vice chairs of the 2020 Ride to Conquer Cancer. I started riding 4 years ago as my small way of giving back to the Princess Margaret, and in particular Dr. Pat Goulian and the wonderful team at the Head and Neck Department for the world-class treatment they gave my father in helping him beat cancer. Myself and a small group of friends, the Casamigos Cruisers, got together and have been riding ever since, and we've loved being part of the ride and this wonderful organization. I'm so proud of Tammy and the whole ride team for being able to still get us to come together this year and raise critical funds for such important work. And I can't wait to get together next year and continue to ride on for many more years. So thank you, and I'll look forward to seeing you next year.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Thor. We mentioned that there were thousands and hundreds of photos today, but we wanted to provide a bit of a recap of what happened today. So wondering if we could play that and share it.
Tape number 2. Let's go. Let's do it.
This is fabulous. What an experience! What an experience! The whole city gets together, and I love it.
Great.
Great recap. I saw a lot of people in those videos, and
it's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. But now we've got something even more cool. I think we have Michael Freeman on the line. Is that right?
It's a call from.
There he is.
Oh,
hey, Michael.
I'm here.
I don't recognize you,
How's
Michael.
it going, guys?
It's going good. How are you?
Come on. Man, things are great. And one, thanks for having me. Two, congratulations on your fundraising today. This is a really outstanding effort this year in spite of everything that's happening. So well done.
Thank
you, Michael. So, Michael, did you hear the announcement? $7 million raised.
$7 million.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's outstanding. I did.
You know what? It's in this day and age. Oh, look at this. Sorry, I just got someone passing me a beer under the table for a celebratory toast.
Over there.
Yeah, smooth operation. You know what? It's in the spirit of our. And I know you ride on Team RBC, and I know Team RBC likes to do it up like right at camp.
He's
usually.
not on Team RBC.
Or you were on Team RBC. Sorry.
So I have been on Team RBC. This year, I'm on Team Raymond James.
Oh, that representing.
Which has been awesome. Team RBC has been a great host to me over the last several years. I joined Raymond James this year, and amazing team, amazing crew, and congrats to all the organizers there.
Right on. Hey, Michael, tell us where you are right now.
Okay, so I'm in beautiful, exotic Cape Breton, Nova Scotia.
Amazing.
Cape Breton. So you rode on the Cabot Trail then?
That's right. So my ride today, given that we have a different ride this year, I did 160 something kilometers, half of the Cabot Trail in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah,
totally outstanding day.
I have driven it. I am so jealous. I want to do that ride one day. I know one of our riders actually rode the entire thing one year in one shot.
So, Michael, you know that
amazing.
You are now going to be called a hammerhead.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Cool with that?
We're fine over here.
All right.
So, Michael, I think we met about 4 or 5 years ago when you were on Team RBC, and your sister Britt, belongs to that team, is one of the team captains. And I met you, your sister, your mom Dawn, and then your father. And your father had brain cancer at the time, and you wanted to make sure that your dad participated in the ride, and I believe that is the reason why you do the ride, and so maybe you could tell us a little bit about what inspired you back then and how things are going.
Absolutely. So that is a major why I ride reason. So my dad was an incredibly lively guy, an incredible cyclist. He taught me the art of the long distance cycle. So it was only appropriate that while he was going through his own challenge, that we include him in the ride. So we got an adapted bike so that he and I could both ride the entirety of the Ride to Conquer Cancer the year that he was battling cancer. So we rode the entire 220 kilometers. He got us up. We did Hamilton Hill that year, so he helped propel us up Hamilton Hill. Amazing. It would have been much harder without his leg power. So even in his condition, he drove us to the finish that year.
Yeah, I remember that year fondly. That was so inspiring. You and your family, and make sure I don't know if your mom's watching right now. I'm sure your sister is, but make sure you say hello to your mom for me. You guys,
I certainly will, and thanks so much for including us in all of this, and they certainly are watching. And today, as part of my ride, during one of the big descents in the Cabot Trail, I, while going around 60 kilometers an hour, did a while cycling spreading of my dad's ashes.
Oh my goodness.
So we've been spreading his ashes all over the world. So this was a particularly special one because he's just that kind of guy living on the edge.
Michael, oh my goodness. What a touching tribute to your father. And thank you for doing that today on the Ride to Conquer Cancer.
Of course, it's such a pleasure.
Yeah, that was a highlight for me right now, Michael. Thanks for sharing that.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, I think I got
you got it, guys.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for joining us from the Cabot Trail. Are you going to finish the ride tomorrow? Are you going to finish? Yeah?
You know what? That was the plan, but we're getting the hurricane, you're getting tomorrow, so it might be a bit intense out here. It's going to be a game time decision. I might put a 1-day delay in it.
That's quite all right. We'll allow that. And you still earned your hammer jersey. So kudos to you, everyone on the Raymond James team, and then of course your entire family. And we really appreciate you joining us this afternoon.
We love you guys very much.
Cheers. Thank you so much, you guys.
Right. Thanks, Hammerhead.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Right on.
What
That
an
was-
incredible person, and his sister Brittany is equally as awesome. So we're so fortunate to have these type of individuals participate in the ride. It's very touching. I think it's so cool that we were able to see how a longtime rider was able to take his ride with him to the East Coast, and to bring his father's ashes with him along. Like that's incredible. Thank you again, Michael. Now I would like to introduce another wonderful soul. His name is Rupin, and Rupin rides with Team RBC. Rupin also has a message that he would like to share with the rest of the riders today.
Hi guys, Rupin Garabedian here. This is my 4th year riding. 47 years old, married with 2 daughters, a 15-year-old and a 19-year-old. Why I started riding? Simply to challenge myself physically and to see if I could be of service to others. I think too often we get caught up in our own little space, and wanting to help others was a big part of why I joined. And to get more physically active. Since then it's become a lot more. I now ride because other people can't ride. I now ride to bring attention to the cause. I now ride to see less deaths and more success stories. We are seeing more and more people survive and live healthy, longer lives. Unfortunately, that's not everyone. So I ride to make sure that we are seeing more people cross that finish line, and we are seeing less yellow flags in and amongst ourselves, not because they're no longer with us, but because they've survived, and there's less people riding because they have cancer. But we honor those. I ride to honor those who cannot ride. I ride to remember those who we've lost too soon. Everyone's been touched by it. I myself have lost family members to it, and yet we also have success stories in our family. So I ride for my cousins, my aunts, and my uncles. I ride for everyone who couldn't ride. During the ride, obviously this being my 4th year, my inspiration has always been to do this to show my kids, my 15-year-old and 19-year-old, that anything is possible. And in fact, next year I'm riding again for sure, and my 15-year-old will be 16 the weekend of the ride, and she's riding with me. She's gonna get my 5-year helmet, but that's okay. It'll be an inspiration for her to get to do what she wants to do, and make a change in her world, and inspire her friends to join her the following year when they're 17. You know, we don't know what we don't know, but at the end of the day, our opportunities are plentiful, and we're blessed to have what we have. So why not share that inspiration, share that love, and bring a friend with you next year. Even if it's just one friend. If 5,000 people bring one friend, you know, we don't know if the ride can handle it, but at least we have more people, new people, you know, fresh inspirations, fresh stories. And you know what? A new breed, a new wave, a new love of riding and support for this thing will happen.
Rupin, I love your enthusiasm. So you said if our 5,000 riders bring a friend, we got 10,000 riders. That will be a great problem to have. Bring it on, Tammy says, bring it on.
Yeah.
So I have to tell you, you know what? A week ago, we didn't even have Rupin in the script. And I was at one of our pickup depots where we were giving out our swag, and Rupin came by and was picking up his stuff, and we were chatting, and the guy is just so full of energy, and we had a really nice visit, and then he left, and 5 minutes later he pulled back up. I'm like, oh, Rupin, what did we forget? What happened? Did you do? He said, oh no, I wanted to bring you guys some cookies, man. I wanted to bring you guys all these. So he went to a bakery down the street. He brought us some cookies, and you know, for all the volunteers and the crew handing out all the stuff. So what a first-class guy. And I said, Rupin, we need to have you on our closing ceremonies. And he delivered. He's a wonderful guy. My understanding is he's trying to do the hammer today. He's going to do about 3/4 of it outdoors, and then the rest on his indoor trainer.
That's
so
right.
Hopefully you're watching right now, Rupin, and you've either done or almost done your hammer ride. So
we're very proud of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very proud of you. You know what? I mean, you know how I feel about Rupin. He's one of my favorites. But I think that there's even more stuff to show. Photos, images from today. Anyone want to see them? I do.
Let's see it. Let's
Okay.
roll it.
Ready, set,
Today. just amazing photos, and you would have seen Michael Freeman on the Cabot Trail in some of those photos. So many people that we know.
Yeah.
And in particular, there was one guy in that photo collage wearing his polka dot jersey. The polka dot jersey is for our first 10 riders who surpassed $15,000 in fundraising.
Pretty prestigious.
And very prestigious to wear the polka dot jersey. So the polka dot jersey, for those cycling neophytes, it represents the best climber in the Tour de France, which, by the way, I think started today with 176 riders. We've got over 4,000 riders. They got nothing on us.
Nothing.
But the polka dot jersey you would have seen on Bill Wall. So Bill Wall is our most senior statesman of the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer at 92 years young. Bill, this year, is riding for his 10th time.
Yeah.
And we challenged Bill. We said, Bill, your 10th time, you got to raise at least $10,000. And Bill said, oh, that's a lot of money. I don't know if I could raise that kind of money. Well, I'll let Bill tell the rest of that story, because I think we have Bill live on the line.
Oh, awesome. Hey!
Hey, Bill!
Hi there.
How are you? Can you hear us?
Of course. I hear you loud and clear.
Amazing. I love the polka dot jersey. You look good in it.
Well, I'm very proud to have this. And thanks to you and the media and the wonderful sponsors and donators who helped me to get to the 3 targets that we had.
It's awesome.
So Bill, let's go back in time about 2 months when we suggested that you put your target at $10,000. What went through your head at that point in time?
A terrible headache. How am I ever going to get that kind of money? I was sitting, I think at the time, a little less than 4,500. How was I going to more than double it? Well, with you fellas and the team that we've got behind you, we came through, didn't we?
Well, did we? What did we end up with, Bill? How much have you raised as of today? Do you know?
They keep confusing me. I think it's around 20,600.
Whoa!
And some odd.
That's amazing.
Well, I know you revised your goal several times, and your last goal was 2020, so $20,020. Of course, it's in 2020, and you've already blown by that target.
Great.
So, great job. And I see that you're in your basement where you kind of have your shrine to the Ride to Conquer Cancer. You have your training bike in the background. And you rode, I saw on Strava, which was great to see, by the way. I think you're the oldest member of our Strava club. You rode 52 kilometers. Tell us about your ride today.
It was a fabulous ride. The rain held off. The wind was a little bit powerful on the way back, but we managed to get by. And all I can say is it was just great. It was wonderful.
How beautiful.
It was a good ride. A good ride.
And how many people, so the Power of Bill, the team that you have, that you founded and you're riding on, they've raised over $600,000 since inception. How many people joined you on the ride today?
I think we had around 11 or 12 that joined us today.
Wow.
And everybody found that it was a wonderful ride. We rode all the way out to Fort Erie. We saw the bridge, turned around, and came right back. And every one of us just had a wonderful time.
Amazing. So, Bill, I know that you, Don Nadeau rides as your pilot on your tandem bike. And of course, you've got your wonderful Barb in the background, who is an amazing supporter of you and the entire team of Power of Bill. But maybe before we let you go, what kind of advice, or this is your last ride. You've got your platinum helmet now, but I know you told me you want to be around to help out and volunteer. Is there any advice you can give to all the people tuning in right now in terms of life advice? You've got a lot of it.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm around today because I believed in exercising. At 81, after open heart surgery, I got on the bike and I started to ride. That was the first time that I did the ride, and I didn't stop until they stopped me. And I needed a new aortic valve. They wouldn't let me ride the way I was. So I skipped 2 rides, but I made up for it today. And thanks for your fabulous team. You are really unbelievable. The whole gang behind Power of Bill, the gang that was at the Princess Margaret. It didn't stop. Hours didn't mean anything. You and Tammy are fabulous. And it's an organization that's well worth backing. I will tell everybody, and I will be there to motivate everybody to ride. Nothing like it. When you finish that ride, you come across that finish line, it's like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
Better than winning the lottery.
Yeah.
You helped to conquer cancer.
Yes.
What could be better than that?
You inspire us, Bill. You're already doing it. So thank you very much.
Very welcome. I get my inspiration from all those people who are survivors with yellow flags. That's where I get my inspiration.
Well, and as you know,
It means a lot.
there's more and more yellow flags every year on our ride. And, you know, Bill, the $21,000 you raised this year was inspiring. But as I told you yesterday when I was down at your place, you inspire thousands of people to engage and ride and fundraise and help us conquer cancer in a lifetime. So I want to thank you from all of us at the foundation for everything you've done to inspire another generation or three to help move our mission forward to conquer cancer in our lifetime. So thanks a lot, Bill.
Very welcome, Steve. Barbara and I will be crewing from here on in and continue to motivate other people to ride, because that's going to conquer cancer.
Right on.
Awesome.
Well, have a great Power of Bill barbecue in your backyard, and we'll be in touch for sure. You take care.
You too.
Bye, Bill.
God bless.
Bye, Barb.
Bye.
Okay, see you later.
Oh, it's so
What
sweet.
a great guy. Like,
love
they
them.
are unbelievable. I was down at their place yesterday because Bill was on CTV Morning News, and we had a coffee afterwards. And what an unbelievable group of people that they hang out with. The Power of Bill, Barb, Don. There's so many stories I could tell you about Bill and what they do for their community. They adopt dogs. They fundraise for so many different things. But what great role models for the next generation. So,
amazing.
Talking about great people. At this point, I'd like to propose a toast. I'll get this ready. And firstly to our frontline workers, many of which are riders, and some of which are tuned in right now, and you know who you are.
Shannon, Sabrina.
I don't know if you. So Tammy knows many of the frontline workers at Princess Margaret, at UHN. We have many teams at UHN and Princess Margaret participating in the ride, and for all the frontline workers right across the country and around the world. So I'm going to do a partial toast, but I think Tammy's going to finish off the toast. Are we going to do a toast now and then another toast?
Let's do a toast.
All right, 2 toasts. Cheers.
And I hope you will all join me in the next toast. To everyone who followed through on their goals, who showed passion and perseverance and stepped up during these incredibly uncertain times, you have shown true grit. This one's for you.
So folks, we're going to finish up with a total recap video, and that's going to run in just 30 seconds. But last but not least, we've had a lot of people ask us, what's going on with 2021? Is it going on? Of course it's going on. The Ride to Conquer Cancer has been this incredible movement, and I keep hearing that word movement from a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's, on the financial side of things, our CFO would say this is a great annuity for our researchers at the Princess Margaret.
Yes.
In fact, when the pandemic happened, we had a lot of our researchers, calling us saying, what's going to happen? Are you guys still going to be able to keep funding us? And we said, we're going to do our darndest to keep the funds rolling in, to keep the crucial cancer research going.
Yeah.
So we are committed for the 2021 ride. Will it be virtual? Will it be in person? Time will tell. Of course, we absolutely hope it will be in person. But we want you to mark your calendars in pen.
Pen.
Do people still use pens and paper?
I know you do.
I do. Well, I'm over 50. So June 12th and June 13th, that is the official date of the 2021 Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer. Our team, Tammy and I, we've got a big team that helps support us on the Enbridge Ride to Conquer Cancer. We are going to be in touch. So now please enjoy the rest of our event day recap video. But before we leave you, I would be remiss if I didn't give a heartfelt thank you To all of you, all of the riders, all the volunteers, all the sponsors, all the donors, a heartfelt thank you on behalf of all of us at the Ride and the Princess Margaret. We so appreciate everything you do in support of our event. Have a great night. Please enjoy the recap video now.
Well, good morning. I'm coming to you for the first time from the Princess Margaret. That's the Princess Margaret right behind me. It's the first time I've ever had the chance to start my ride from the Princess Margaret, and I want everyone to know I'm riding for anyone who's lost someone, anyone who knows someone who's fought through cancer, made it, riding for those who can't.
The big reveal, go, go, go!
I do look like a Laura.